Moray V'Rabosai, we have a tremendous hakaras hatov to our North Miami Beach Koilo for allowing us to be able to hear from Rav Schorr Shlita. So really, that's the achsanya. We're grateful to the Koilo, Meyum Kidu Yubeinu, and of course, Bershus the Rosh Koilo, Rav Blezer, Rav Singer, and to the entire Choshev Kehila that are here. If you'd calculate how many times, even just in this Heichel, we heard something quoted from Halekach V'Alibov or from the Rav Shlita, a person could have possibly counted the number, and that's just from this room, exponentially throughout our Kehillah, throughout South Florida, throughout the country, throughout the world. That's why we have such hakaras hatov to the Koilo for giving us this opportunity. And if I understood correctly, I was told that just today alone, it could be this is about the 10th time that the Rav Shlita is speaking to the Olam. So obviously, it's something that's a very, very unique opportunity for us. On a personal level, I have extraordinary hakaras hatov to the Rav Shlita for all the years, not only of being Meiri V'Rabbi, but for always literally being there for me. Ein milim b'fi lahabia rigshay levavi. And so to be Mekayim on the highest level, Tnu Kavod La Torah, it's a meiridika schus to be able to hear from Moreinu, the Rav Shlita.
Shus Rav Shlita, Shus Rosh Koilo, Shus HaTzibur HaChoshev. From when I came into the room till now, I have to be Sheikel HaShaila. The Pasuk says, Moitzi Dibo Ksil. Somebody that says over a bit psula is a ksil. I had a suffix. It's the only beggar I have here. If I should rise kriya or not. You know, we live in a tkufa of a fight on technology. A fight on technology, which is a fight with the Sitra Achra itself. Two Gedolei Yisrael were Moisen Nefesh themselves, Pshutik and Mashmai, and went into the Oivei HaKoira and said, we're ready to fight the Sitra Achra. And they knew what they were doing. One was the Skelan Rebbe Zechrein Levracha. And today we have to say Ramat Yisrael Zechrein Levracha. A Yid that was Moisen Nefesh, Pshutik and Mashmai for Yiddishkeit, fought with the Sitra Achra itself. And the Sitra Achra didn't let him go on. The Sitra Achra put him and threw him into bed and took away his keichis. But as my father, Zechrein Levracha, said after Rabbi Reuven's Ptira, Gedoylo mis tzadikim ke Churban Beis Halikeinu. Churban Beis HaMikdash happened on Tisha B'Av. From Tisha B'Av B'Tammuz, they weren't makriv anymore korbanos. The Beis HaMikdash wasn't working. He said then, Rabbi Reuven Zechrein Levracha was after an accident and a stroke, and nobody was able to be nana from him. So the Ptira went by, kaltpolitik a little bit. And he got up in the middle of Shiva and said, G'day lo mis tzadikim kisreifas beis Elokeinu. When a goof of a tzaddik is on this world, whether he can talk or whether he can't talk, or whether he could say what he wants to say or he can't say what he wants to say, aber es ist da Kedusha auf der Welt. The Kedusha exists, the world exists. There's a Beis HaMikdash, a Moin l'Shechina. And tonight, Chav Beis Teves, the world has changed. The world has changed. And it's hard even to talk about anything else. When such a shocking news comes, and we realize there's a void. My father, the Chaim Bracha, said in the Hesped on Rabbi Chaim Kaplan Zatzal, the Meshgiach in Bismillah Shellian, that tzaddikim are like an umbrella. And when a tzaddik goes away, there's a hole in the umbrella, and there's no protection. You're missing protection. We're open. Realize we're in a world that we need so many schusim, so many schusim. A world that needs schusim, l'mayla midei hateva. Schusim that Yidden shouldn't get hurt. Schusim that Yidden shouldn't get killed. Schusim that Yidden shouldn't get ruined from being displaced. And in Azab Matziv, the Rebbeinu Shalom gave us such a wake-up call and took away Azaz Shmira, Azaz Schus for the Deur, as Geweint Ayid, Azaz Tzadik, Azaz Godel B'Yisrael, lived amongst us in America. And in this kind of world, in this kind of Matziv, we're left without an umbrella. Said in the Torah Kedusha, V'yoyme elav Hashem mazeh biyodecha, v'yoyme mate, v'yoyme ashlichu arza, throw it down on the earth, v'yishlicheu arza v'yihi lenochash, v'yonos Moshe miponov. I believe everybody heard a Chavis Havavis quoted. A mashal, person goes in the forest, and there's a lion, and next to the lion there's a dog. Dr. Chavis Havavis, you have any place to worry about the dog? You're overcome by the fear of the lion. The Chavis Havavis uses it as a mashal. Chavis Havavis says the famous Nekuda, a person has 1,000 years. He's afraid of Hamas, he's afraid of bombs, he's afraid of Hezbollah, he's afraid of Taimon. Take all the years and forget about them. Make 1 year out of it, year of the Eibishter. The Pasuk says in Tehillim, Sorem ridafuni chinom, midvarcha pochad libi. If I'm not mistaken, the words from the Rabbi Shmelke. Sorem ridafuni chinom. They're not causing me to fear, because what do I do when they run after me? All it does to me is midvarcha pochad libi. I'm only afraid of the Eibishter. I don't have fear them. It only reminds me to fear the Eibishter more. So everybody agrees the Chovos HaLevavos is very pshutim. Moshe Rabbeinu sicher knew the Chovos HaLevavos, yeah? He lived Chovos HaLevavos. Vayonos Moshe is standing with the Eibishter. He's standing with the Rebbeinu Shalom and talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom, and the matter turns to a Nachash. Vayonos Moshe Mipanov. The Kasha is often a Kasha. The Kasha says in a sefer called Tzemach Hashem L'Tzvi. Tzemach Hashem L'Tzvi saw the Baal Shem even. A Mordecai Kasha. The Kasha is, what's Moshe Rabbeinu? You're standing with the Eibishter, we don't know the Gilui HaShechina. Of the Chiven HaMordecai Gilui HaShechina, yeah? You're in the middle of a Gilui HaShechina, and it changes to a Nachash, you run away. We'll remind ourselves a similar question in Parshas Vayetze. Parshas told us on Shuliks. Parshas told us. Yankiv and Esav. Yankiv mefarches lotes. Esav mefarches lotes. We're all maminim. It says the Gemara Masechtas Nida that a person, a child, before it's born, has a malach that learns with him. We're all maminim. The Heilige Stipler. The Heilige Stipler writes in Chaya Olam, sefer that's not learned the way it should be today. It's a basic sefer from Godel in our generation. There's a lot to see there. One of the things he writes is that a father is mechuyev to tell stories to his children. Stories about Chazal, stories about tzaddikim. Tell stories that you believe in. Stipler adds that one story you're mechuyev to tell, that there was a boy born in Eretz Yisrael, in the Tovshin Yuds, that didn't get a clap from the Malach and was able to say Kol HaTorah Kula. The Stipler says every parent is mechuyev to teach it to his children. Why? Because that's pure emunah in our generation. The biggest matana the Eibishter gave our generation. If I tell you this, the biggest matana the Eibishter gave our generation, a clear emunah in Chazal. Yes, a malach learns with him. A child is born, he's able to say Kol HaTorah Kula. They tested him on Chuvas Farm to see if they're true or they're not true. If you knew them or you didn't know them. So you're looking at me in disbelief. I don't blame you. Because Rav Bakst, Zeichet Tzadik Levracha, Rosh Yeshiva in Boston, in Detroit, wrote to Rab Chatzkel, it's printed in the Sefer on Chumash. Is it true? They say such a story, is it true? Schreibt him Rab Chatzkel, my daughter and my Eidim live door to these people. And they told me it's true. Yeah, but I have to say over the whole letter because I needed the kinekut in that letter. I put on my coat to go see it with my own eyes. I walked outside Zakrab Chatzkel, I chapped. My daughter and my son-in-law are Nemo. They told me it's true, it's true. Why do I have to go see it? I'm going to be soiser my whole amun if I go see it. You hear what Reb Chatzkel writes? For going to see it would be a steer in my amunah. I'll be upgefrekt my amunah. It says in Divrei Chaim and Chanukah, the Heilige Divrei Chaim, there's a memory in English, seeing is believing. The Divrei Chaim says, Chush Hariyah is kfira. Because you only believe if you see. Shmiya is emunah. That's Mamish what the Pchatzkel is writing. Aber nachzon in Yonenu. Ja, nachzon in Yonenu. A Malach teaches, we're trying to instill a little bit more emunah. A Malach it teaches, yeah, we believe emunah shlema. A Malach teaches every Yiddish child, kol ha-Torah kula, ner doi lekal reishai, moire dike Sachen. Yankov Avinu sitting with a Malach. What's mefarchis salot says? You learn with a Malach lekim kol ha-Torah kula. Oiver, don't say, but in Knessia is Yankov mefarchis salot says. Why? Ulai the teretz on both are one. Moshe Rabbeinu taught us a murdik limud. You could be sitting and talking to the Rebbeinu Shalom alone. About a nochosh next to you. If there's a nochosh next to you that could damage you, nochosh is the symbol of Ra, and it's next to you, so stay there, Leifen. Vayonos Moshe Rabbeinu ran away. He taught you a murdik lesson. You can learn Torah from the Eibishter. About right next to you, there's a mazik that could kill you, that can enter poison into you, that could poison your hashkafa. You run away. That's Yankov Avinu's same lesson. With an Esav together, learned my bafila ba malach nicht. Even by a malach, you don't learn when there's Esav together with you. No, Yankov mefarchis lotzes. Nachzel in Yonenu. The Chavis Havavos teaches us, what does one do with Yira? He takes the Yira and he elevates it to Yira from the Eibishter. The avoid of a person when there comes matzovim of fear is to elevate the fear and use it to become a greater Yirei Shamayim. The problem is with our generation that Yira is something that's not in style. Yira is not in style. All of you know bumper stickers. HaKadosh Baruch Hu oyev oisach. Ani oyev HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I never saw a bumper sticker, Ani yorei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's a Mishnah. The Mishnah says in Masechta Seite, the simonim of Ikvis in the Mashiach, the Mishnah says, is Yirei Chet Yimasu. Yirei Chet Yimasu, then in Ikvis in the Mashiach, will be Nimis, the derg of Yiras Chet, will be Oisik in Avas Hashem, not in Yiras Hashem. And there was a simcha gedoyle by me to find in a sefer called Darkei Emunah, a sefer that was reprinted recently, a sefer from a Talmud of Rav Moshe Leib Sasova, and not benimtze sefer, but a younger man worked on it and reprinted it. He did a dover nifla ad miyait. We're talking about Rav Moshe Leib Sasova as a Talmud. You're talking about 150 years ago, more than that. And he talks mamish this language that the Dor doesn't have yira. They don't care about Yira anymore. There's no Yira Shamayim anymore. There's only Avos Hashem and no more Yira. It's Dover Nifla to see that Kadmonim already were busy with it. They had a problem with it. But the Mishnah tells us Yira Chet Yimasu. Why? Because it's hard to live with fear from the Eibishter. But it says in this week's Sedra, Vatirenu Amayaldes Es Elokim, Vayas Lahem Botim. Yira is the basics of Klal Yisrael. Klal Yisrael is based on Yira. Botikuna, Botei Malchus. Klal Yisrael is based on Yira. What does Yira mean? We'll talk in a minute. But we have a murdike opportunity to become Yirei Shamayim. We have a murdik opportunity to become Yirei Shamayim. We have from where to take Yira and elevate it to become Yirei Shamayim. We have a good vehicle to become Yirei Shamayim, to use the yira, the fear. So the problem is that we don't even have fear. Let's talk open, let's talk pure truth. Why aren't we afraid? Why aren't we afraid? Why aren't we afraid that there's going to be a war, that someone's going to attack America? Why aren't we afraid? Because America, not because there's an Eibishter. Because there's an America, and America is strong, and nobody's going to touch, and nobody's going to touch us, and nobody's going to come to us. It has nothing to do because you're a mom in the Eibishter, and nothing is going to happen to you, because there's no such Avtacha. Maybe in Israel there's an Avtacha, in America there's isn't an Avtacha. So why we don't have fear? Because we don't want to have fear, so we cover up. We cover up. The American government is strong enough. An echtige Tag. An echtige Tag. The Eibishter will upbeaten what could happen. I'm not trying to make fear and phobia. I'm trying to cause fear from the Eibishter. To break that fear and use it in the right place. To fear HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So, everybody, including myself, what do we mean? We're not Yirei Shamayim, we're Yirei Shamayim. Why not? Why not? So let's learn together Gemara. I said it today once, I'll say it again tonight. Vatirenu amiyaldis es elikim, melamid shetovon ledvar aveira v'lo nitbu. A Gemara in Seita. Melamid shetovon ledvar aveira, parei harosh was teveidem ledvar aveira, v'lo nitbu. Touch it in English. Parei was teveidem, everybody knows. Teveidem to dvar aveira, v'lo nitbu, and they weren't asked. That's the way you write a Gemara. They weren't nitba. They didn't do it. So you write in the Gemara, v'lo yasu. Not v'lo nitbu. Nitbu is not written with a tes. It's written with a tof. They weren't gemont. They weren't asked. Doesn't make sense. The kasha is the Rebbe Rabbunim of Peshischa. And the Rebbe Rabbunim of Peshischa tells you a pshat, and with that you'll know what Yirei Shamayim means. The Rebbe Rabbunim says, if I'll take a bonfire that'll burn 2 stories, 3 stories, and I'll tell you, go walk through it. Do you have a vukuach? Do you have you contemplate, yes, no? Or you're not talking sense, you're crazy. You want me to walk through fire? What are you talking to me? Das steht in the Gemara. The Gemara tells you what Yirei Shamayim means. Vatirenu amiyaldis es elikim. Yira means that I know that an Aveira is fire, and when you tell me to do an Aveira, it doesn't talk to me. V'lo nitbu, it doesn't talk to me. I don't enter into a debate, yes or no. B'ni b'noch, the Yetzirah can enter the debate. If you enter the debate with the Yetzirah is smarter than all of us. He'll win the debate. There's no Eitzah to have to do with him. The Eitzah is v'lo nitbu. It doesn't talk to you because you realize it's fire. That's Yirei Shamayim. Das means Yirei Shamayim. The Chidusharim asks, why do we call it Yirei Shamayim? Where does Shamayim come in here? Zog the Chidusharim, it says in Rashi in Chumash. Fan a yingel. Stuk a yingel. You learned Bereshis? You know what Rashi saying? You hear Rakia? What does Rashi say about Rakia? No? Rashi says the Rakia was shaky, it was weak, and the Eibishter Kaviyachol scramped at it, and from that it stayed, Lo'olam Voed. That's Yiras Shamayim. Learn from the Shamayim how you have Yirah. And they look at the Chidushanim. Learn from them, Shuliks. Learn from the Shemayim how you have Yira. The Rebbe, the Beis Yisrael, says a beautiful touch based on this Chidush Shalem. La'oisei ha-Shemayim b'tvuna ki lo'elam chazdei. What does Shemayim have to do with Bina? Bina is Mevin Dover mitoich Dover. You learn from Shemayim how to be a Yirei Shemayim, how to be a Yira. So Shemayim was made b'tvuna, with the midah of Bina. But that is Yira. Yira is ultimate fear, ultimate fear. In Orged al-Yo, from my father, the Chan Avrohom, steht a moeilijke Sache. It says in Chazal that when a person will come up to Shamayim, La'acha Mei V'Esrim, he'll meet Adam Arishain, he'll tell Adam Arishain, you know, because of you. You're at fault. You ate from the Eit Hadas. You're at fault. So the Medrash, Adam Arishain will answer, you also did Averis. No, that's what the person's telling him. The person's telling him, you know why I did Averis? Because you opened the Pesach and you brought Averis to the world, so you're at fault. So what is the Adam Arishain telling me? You also did Averis. Steht noch gedal, yo, a pachat van a word, a pachat van a word. What's the difference of the Arishain before the Chet and after the Chet? Or the Arishain before the Chet, Nefesh HaChaim, others, everybody says it in a different language, but all say the same thing. Nefesh HaChaim says more or less, before the Chet was outside. Chet was outside. Ki'ilu, he didn't feel that I want to do it. There was something talking to him, go and do it. And after the Chet, it became me. I want to do it. It entered the person. That's the Nefesh HaChaim's Mahalach. And before the Chet and after the Chet, Mechtem Eliyahu, different ways. Steht Neuged al-Yo, Dvarim Neiroim. By every single person, there is a Nekuda of Chet that's outside of him. That's as if it's before the Chet of Eitz Hadas. That's what Adam Arishain answers you. You're blaming me on your Averis? You also have an Aveira that you did as if the Chet of Eitz Hadas. You also have an Aveira that was outside of you and you brought it into you. Looking at it needs a pshat that a person should associate with it. It's hard for me to stand there and talk about Averis and tell you everybody, this Aveira is outside, this Aveira is outside. Lev Yedei Maris Nafshay. But maybe we could say something that's kedai to know. Rab Shua Leib, in Parshas Kisisa, sagt Zach that I hope, tonight is already Shleshi Yom Kodim Shabbos, yeah. I hope that it'll change your Shabbos. We know Shabbos, people talk about Shabbos, the greatness of Shabbos, Shabbos Meno Elam Haba. Not Sprach. Most of it is abstract. Steht in Abshua Leib. We are all after the Chet of Adam Arishain, right? The Neshama Yisera, Zok Rab Shua Leib, wasn't there when Adam Arishain had gesindigt. Adam Arishain's Chet was Erev Shabbos. He didn't have a Neshama Yisera. Zok Rab Shua Leib, not less, not more. The Neshama Yisera is as if it was before the Chet of Adam Arishain. Piliploim. The Chet of Adam Arishain doesn't have shaykhs to the Chet of the Neshama Yisera has no shaykhs to the Chet of Adam Arishain. A pelle van Achidish, a andere Shabbos. Bij hem is een andere Shabbos. Maybe you should say the right thing. That means on Shabbos you have no teretz. Adam Arishain made you zindik, because Shabbos you have koyach before the Chet. Shabbos we have a koyach from before the Chet. So a Chet that you do Shabbos is just like Adam Rishon. Does Adam Rishon to a person, you also did Chatoim. When? On Shabbos. The chet on Shabbos is a different chet. It's a more chomedik chet. It's a chet with a neshama yisera. It's a chet with a koyach that comes from before the chet of Adam Rishon. It might be very dangerous because it could be that we're saying that the chet becomes, the neshama yisera becomes nivgam. No, let's not say that. Avada, when you're going to go do the chet on Shabbos, the neshama yisera leaves you. Because in Zohar HaKadosh it says that maybe every neshama leaves the person when he goes to a chet. Kol shkein the neshama yisera. But until the chet, you had the neshama yisera to help you. Till the chet, you had the neshama yisera to help you to make the right decision. But nachzil in Yoneinu. Nachzil in Yoneinu, let's make a sikum of what we said and what we go away with. Yira means not entering a discussion with the Yetzirah. That's what Yira means. Yira means an absolute no. Not maybe, could be. You say yes, I say no. We're in trouble when we get there. Yira means there's no discussion. Where do we take such yira from? From what's going on in the world. Yeah, fear what's going on in the world. Don't live in oblivious and not think that something is happening. Avada, something is happening. It's very, very, if you know history, it's in the 30s, the same exact history. The same exact history, in every which way. And maybe you remember that in Tafshin, the Gedolei Yisrael were nifter, and we were told by Gedolei Yisrael that the only reason the Milchama could come is because the Gedolim were nifter in Tafshin. Ab Chaim Oizer and andere. So darf man nicht schappen a Zitter ein, that mit der weggenommen, als Godel wie Yisrael, it doesn't cause us to zitter. Auf andere it causes us to zitter. Who knows? Who knows what our protection is? Who knows who's protecting Israel from missiles? And who knows who's protecting America from missiles? Nobody. The Eibishter. But if the Eibishter took away a Mordecai Agona, you have fear. Fear from who? Fear from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. More yira, more diktuk. We live in a world of chumras. World of chumras. Balabatim, B'nai Torah, everybody's busy with chumras. Chumras in what? In Sur Meirah and Asay Teif. Asking a very open question. What are our chumras in Sur Meirah and Asay Teif? In Asay Teif. In Ava. Not in Sur Meirah. The Leshem writes that the ikar avoid of a person is somera, not a seiteif. The ikar avoid of a person is somera, not a seiteif. He said, "Dov poshet ad miyait." That's the ikar avoida. That means the ikar avoida is in yira. Yira means putting up gidorim. It says in this week's Seder, but the Yerena Amiyalda says, Olakim, Vayaslem Botim. What's the Mida keneged Mida? Steht von a son von Kotzke Rebbe, Rabbi David Kotzke, a tire word. Yira means Gedorim. Yira means I put up walls. Is the schar is taka walls. The schar is taka a bias. Because Yira, it means a bias. That's what Yira means. I have walls around me. I have Gedorim around me. I'm protected. So if the avoid is Yira, it means, let's not just use the word Yira, not use it and put it into Pashat the words. Gedorim and Siyagim. Fear that you're going to be on the edge and you're going to fall over. So go away from the edge. You move away from the edge. You move till now 6 inches from the edge. It's more dangerous. Move 12 inches away from the edge. I'm going to end with one more memra. Hamatisyo, Zeichet Tzadik V'Kodesh Levracha, was Meister Nefesh himself for technology. I'm not a nar. I'm not going to stand there and tell people, put away your smartphones. I don't have the courage to do that. I'm not the one to do that. I'm not the one to be megana somebody who has it. I'll ask one tova. For the rest of Shovavim, take off one app. For the rest of Shovavim, in Schutz von Amatisyo's Ptiraheit, he became Nesaira, take off one app of your smartphone. Not an app that you don't use. Take one app of your smartphone. Or you design a schutz for you, or you design a schutz for Ramatisyo, that it will show that we were talking the Torah from his Torah. And I could tell you, when you'll be 7 weeks without one app, you'll take off a second one, and a third one, and a fourth one, because you'll see the menucha that you have. And you'll see the quality of life that you have, not Yiddishkeit, quality of life that you have. You'll be zeicha to be able to go further and further. It'll be pashta kedusha bekula, and we should only hear psuris tevis, and we should be able to be mevasa psuris tevis.